You mentioned Roman Reigns, and he and CM Punk are going to be hooking it up at WrestleMania. And Jay, this is the one that I thought would be a pretty good matchup. What do you think? And did Roman cook CM Punk pretty well? How do you think that whole thing went?
I was just talking about. We just did a watch along with my co-host over here, Jared. We watched it back last night. That was one of the realest promos I've ever seen Roman Reigns cut, and I felt like that was no script. Indeed, that was all improv. I think that was from the heart. That was from the soul. Everything that he said, I think that he really meant. Like, he hates CM Punk. And then I like the fact that he brought up the Zebros connections or some shit. That was his exact quote, and how it was death to that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he brought up the fact that, and I feel like that's a real thing too, where they was walking up the ramp from War Games, and how CM Punk was kind of like clowning him behind his back and treating him like a young boy. You know what I'm saying? I look back at that clip and I saw how CM Punk was kind of jokingly behind Roman Reigns, you know what I'm saying? So that's real. So, and like I was telling my boy Franchise Jerry, I was telling him that seeing the growth from Roman Reigns being in a situation like that back in 2017 with John Cena, where John Cena looked him dead in his eye and called him flabbergasted and said, "Hey, if you want to be the big dog, kid, it's a promo. You got to learn how to cut one." He not only cut one, but he executed one to perfection to put us into high gear as we gear up for this main event, ladies and gentlemen. The main event of night 2 is going to be the headline match. Last year was Cody Rhodes and John Cena. This year, the headliner is Roman Reigns versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship, and I couldn't be more elated and more excited for it.
It's going to be fun, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, it got my blood flowing because, as a fan, I hate CM Punk. I hate CM Punk. So to hear Roman actually verbalize that got my blood boiling, because I'd like to see somebody put him in his place. So I'm excited for WrestleMania, not only for that, but just for the whole spectacle, because I think WWE is going to do a much better job this time around than they did the last time around with that night 2 finish. And I think we're going to be left with something truly memorable. And Roman will once again be the World Heavyweight Champion.